All right, hello and welcome to the best World Series in the history of history. Yes, for how bad 2020 has been, this World Series is the best one we've ever seen, and I'm here to tell you why. Number one, the Rays pitching has been insane, and the Rays theory of pitching has been unreal. Number two, the best pitcher of our generation, a guy by the name of Clayton Kershaw, is finally cementing his status as the best pitcher in our generation with his postseason starts. And number three, these next two games are going to be absolutely, positively bonkers. But let's get into it. Number one, the Rays pitching has been unreal. There is a great line from Joe Morgan at the end of a very famous movie called Moneyball. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. And Joe Morgan talks about how you can't win games by just using the numbers and playing matchups. There needs to be feel. You need to bunt. You need to move guys over. And Tampa Bay has just said, screw that. We're going to do what we do. Kevin Cash, the Rays manager, has followed a script for every single game. And for the most part, the script has worked. The Tampa Bay Rays have the lowest payroll in baseball. In fact, their entire roster gets paid only $2 million more than one player on the Dodgers does, Mookie Betts, and that is a verified fact from ESPN.com. It is incredible what the Rays are doing. A bunch of no-name guys that just happen to throw 99 are doing some really, really cool things, and Kevin Cash is doing a great job managing them. They follow a script. They don't use what we like to call baseball feel. They don't ride hot hands. If pitcher A is supposed to face batter A, pitcher A faces batter A. It hasn't been done before, and it hasn't been done on this level of success. The Rays are in the World Series. They were the best team in the American League this year doing this. It is unbelievable what they've done. What's also unbelievable is the legacy of this man, Clayton Kershaw. We have talked for years about how great Clayton Kershaw is. He's got Cy Youngs. He's a multiple-time All-Star. He's been the best pitcher on the best team in the NL West for the past 10 years. He has done everything right in his career except for postseason starts. Clayton Kershaw has not had big-time, good postseason starts when he's needed to until this postseason. His start in Game 1 was immaculate. It gave him his third win this postseason. He has carried the Dodgers this postseason. It was 6 innings, struck out 8 dudes. It was perfect. It was a great start. It's exactly what the Dodgers needed. And then Game 5 last night, the Dodgers absolutely had to have that game after the craziness of Game 4. If you haven't seen how Game 4 ends, pause this video, look it up. It is unbelievable how Game 4 ends. Clayton Kershaw goes out 5 2/3 innings. Wasn't the best start in the world. Isn't the start that's going to get you into the Hall of Fame. But it is a start that Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers so badly needed. Without Kershaw's 4th win of the postseason last night, who knows where the Dodgers would be. They'd probably be down 3-2. Instead, the Dodgers are up 3-2. And tomorrow night is going to be an unbelievable game. The Tampa Bay Rays have their backs against the wall, which they seemingly have had their backs against the wall all postseason. They've been in a deficit in every postseason series except the play-in round this year, and all they've done is just keep finding a way to win. It's unbelievable. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting game. Blake Snell, the big lefty for the Tampa Bay Rays, is going up against the young Tony Gonsolin. Now, last time Tony Gonsolin pitched was in Game 2, and Tony Gonsolin did not do a good job. Gave up a couple runs, let the game get out of hand for Tampa Bay, gave up a couple big home runs, and Tampa Bay was able to win that game. The question for LA is, can Tony Gonsolin get it done? He's had a great year in the regular season. His ERA was sub-2 during the regular season. All these stats are from Baseball Reference, by the way. He was outrageous. In a year where COVID's happening and the Dodgers are having pitchers opt out, Tony Gonsolin stepped up and was fantastic. Meanwhile, for the Rays, Blake Snell has had some really, really good starts. Had a great start in the LCS against Houston, even though he got pulled early. Had a great start against the Yankees in the ALDS, and had a very, very good start in Game 2 before the bullpens got involved and the score got bloated. But Blake Snell has been fantastic this postseason, and there's no reason to think why he can't be even better tomorrow. Arguably, the two best Dodger bats right now, outside of the best player in the game, Mookie Betts, are Cody Bellinger and Max Muncy. Blake Snell is a lefty, and because Bellinger and Muncy are also lefties, that is going to make it very hard for them to get a lot of hits off of Blake Snell. Game 6 should be fascinating. And if it goes to a Game 7, which this series deserves, we are going to get the mother of all pitching matchups in Game 7. Walker Buehler, who is probably the Dodgers' best pitcher right now. He's 2-0 in the postseason this year. Had the best start of his life in Game 3. Had a great start in Game 7 of the LCS. Is going to get the ball against Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, who did not have a good start Game 3, has the best ERA in winner-go-home Game 7 history. If that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what does. That's from ESPN.com. Charlie Morton versus Walker Buehler in Game 7 is what this series deserves. It's what this country deserves. It's what the world deserves after 2020. It's been one heck of a year in a lot of not good ways. But this World Series has been ridiculous. The Rays pitching has thrown out the script on how you're supposed to win ball games. Clayton Kershaw has thrown out the script on how good he's supposed to be in the postseason and said, I'm the best pitcher of our generation. And I really hope these next two games are going to give us that Walker Buehler and Charlie Morton battle in Game 7. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. This is going to be awesome.